everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Thanks for joining me today. I'm just going to go over and go live on Facebook. Hopefully, see if that works over there, and it does. Hallelujah. Okay, I think we're good. Just gonna double check. I'm gonna open my chat so I can see as you guys come on, and I'm gonna have my fingers crossed. Although I'm not feeling that this is working. You know how you just have that feeling right now? Usually I see this, it's working. Hey Sonia, good morning friend. How are you? Nice to see you. I am like on tender hooks. Will everything work today? I don't know. I think I just psyched myself out too much. But we're gonna keep our fingers crossed. So thanks for hopping on so fast this morning. I appreciate it. Good morning, Leanne, and you can hear me. Thank you, friend. I am so glad you're here, Leanne. Thank you for sharing, Sonia. I'm really glad you're here, Leanne, because my card today is a takeoff on the card that you made for me. So I'm not going to make your card, but when people start joining, we're going to give you a shout out to where they can find your card because I watched your amazing video, and I'm not doing that technique. Because you do it better. So I'm going to be sending people over to your YouTube to see it. So I'm going to do a different card, but similar. Does that make sense? Hi, Elaine. How are you over there on my Border Buddies? Appreciate you watching over there. And I'm hoping that some of you are watching on YouTube. Oh, you're watching on YouTube, Leanne. I don't even have to ask. Okay. Well, you guys are hopping on. So we're going to be using, let me move that light. It's kind of in a weird spot. We're going to be using this brand new online exclusive suite collection. It's called Lovely Garden Suite, but the bundle is called Thankful Garden. And the bundle is amazing because it comes with stamps and it also comes with coordinating dies. And I'm just gonna grab those in a sec to show you. Get all this sorted. Thankful Garden dies. So these images here, like the flowers, can be cut out with the dies. Hi, Bobby. How are you from Alexandria? We haven't seen each other in a while. It's because of this stupid streaming service. So anyway, I'm glad you guys are finding me today. So we've got these fantastic dies, right? So they're going to cut out the images, but they can also cut out standalone detailed leaves and whatnot. All right. So it's a fantastic bundle. We're going to be playing with that this morning. Who have I? Diane, hi over there on Border Buddies. Okay, so what I'm going to do, you guys, is I'm going to hide this. Now, I'm going to hide my face. Clock change, and almost missed you. Oh, hi, Barb. I'm telling you, I'm too old for this clock change stuff. It's like, makes me crazy. So what I'm going to do, you guys, is I'm going to just focus on my project screen. And when I do that, I'm going to be hiding my face. And what I need is, if you guys cannot hear me, please type in. And I'll have to bring my face back. And that's just how we're going to have to live. Okay? So it should remain with the sound. Okay? Fingers crossed. Okay. So there I am with just that, and I can actually test it over here. So I can do that and see if I'm still working. See. So there. Okay, it's still working, so we're fine. Excellent. Hi, Ellie. How are you? It worked. I know. I'm not touching anything, Leanne. I'm being very gentle. I'm not shaking anything. I'm not touching anything. Just like, okay. Now, what I am going to do is just raise this up a titch. And that should still be fine. All righty. So what I'm going to do is, normally I would show you all the products. Hi, Mo. I would show you all the products that are included in the Lovely Garden Suite, but I'm going to wait till the end because sometimes the sound goes off near the end of the video. So if I get the card made, that's the most important part. Okay. Does that make sense? All right. So let's start. I'm going to move all the stuff I do not need out of the way. Now, I told you that I was going to make a card based on a card that my friend Leanne, who is Stamp Chatter with Leanne on YouTube, that's where her channel is. She made me a gorgeous card. And when I asked her, how did she make it? She said, oh, it's a watercolor blood something. And then I watched her video and it's so beautiful, but I'm not going to try and make it. I'm just going to send you over to her YouTube channel. So Leanne, what is the name of the video? I think it's the last one that you've posted. So I'll show you her card in a minute when I finished my card, but that's what I based my card on. Okay. It's different, but similar. Okay. So let's start. I'm going to be using this image here, the flower image, and I'm going to be using the words, you make a difference. Okay. I love that. You make a difference. Okay. I'm also going to be using, let me grab I'm going to be using this die. This die cuts out that flower. And then these, I said to Leanne, "Ooh, what did you use on that card?" And she said, "Oh, I used this textured note dies." And I'm thinking, "Oh, those are nice." And then I looked in my bin from my new stuff that I bought. And look at that. I actually had bought them too. So how great are these? These remind me of those whimsy ones, right? Where there's so many different designs. These are all rectangular, of course. But this is the largest and this is the second largest. But look at all the different ones that you get. And each one has a different embossed edge. So lots of variety there. So that's what we're going to be using. Okay. Let's grab our bits. Good morning. Hi, Keisha. You were doing your Friday chores. Well, at least you're catching up, right? So the video you want to look for on Stamp Chatter with Leanne on YouTube is watercoloring with blending brushes. It's a fabulous technique. And I just thought I wasn't quite up to trying it today. And I thought, why would I? I'll just send you over to Leanne and she can show you how. Okay. So I'm going to start with Misty Moonlight. This is a color that I don't use very often. How about you guys? It's like that soft sea foam, right? I don't use it enough. And then I think, oh, I should use Misty Moonlight. Love it. So we've got that. So that's our 8.5 by 5.5 scored at 4 1/4. Okay. Then I've got a piece of boho. Now this is going to be retiring. This is an in color. I really wish they'd keep it. But anyway, this is an in color. It's going off of the palette. That would be May 6th. But I'm telling you, it will start to sell out any of those in colors that are leaving. And this is my favorite one. So you want to go grab some of that if you don't have it. And then I've got some basic white pieces here. And then I've got, this is Balmy Blue. This is just a scrap that I'm going to be using for my words. Okay, so that's what we're starting with. So let me start by doing the image. Now, there's two ways that you can do that. I'm going to be using these masks. Okay, this is called Thankful Garden Decorative Masks. We've used those before in the past. And I think I just have to find my pencil. Here it is. You're going to need a pencil. And you're going to need some sort of like a tape, repositionable tape. So you could use like Post-it notes, or there's those the tape you can buy. I'm just using my removable tape, my Scotch kind of repositionable tape. Okay. Just want to hold these in place. So there are 5 masks and each one is numbered. And I don't know if you can see this. Probably not. Let me see if I can. No, I don't think I can even. I didn't even think putting it on a color behind it would help, really. No. But in this upper corner, there's a number. So you do them in order. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And then there's a little notch. Can you see that little notch at the top? And that's sort of your guideline for where you're going to place each one so that they line up. Okay. Now, there's 2 ways to do this. You can use the masks first and then take your image and stamp it over top. Or you can stamp your image and then use the masks. I played around yesterday, and personally, I found it easier to stamp first and then add the masks. And you know, I saw somebody actually online use just the masks, and they didn't bother doing the details, and it was very pretty. Okay, so let's just stamp this. I'm going to be cutting this out with the coordinating die, so I don't really care if the piece is too big. Okay, so I'm just going to do this, you guys. I think we're off a little bit. How's that? Is that better? Yeah. Okay, so grab number 1. Okay, now here's the hardest part. I was going around in circles yesterday thinking, so this does line up beautifully. The problem is you got to find out where it lines up. So we'll talk amongst ourselves while I figure out where this lines up. And that looks like it right there. So it's not obvious. It's not, when you stamp it, it's not obvious that this would go at the top. Just, I don't know, just the way it is. So once you have it lined up, like so, you're going to take your pencil and I'm going to put a little line at the top. I'm going to drag it down and put my little notch on there, and then I'm going to just draw that down a little titch. Okay, so let me show you what I've done. So can you see that? That's just going to help me line it up each time. Okay. All right. Hope everybody's doing well. Boy, we were spoiled with some gorgeous weather in Vancouver, and now we have some sort of atmospheric river again, or what we used to call rain. But it was bad yesterday. I have a new dog, and I took her out, and boy, it was like even in the grass there were huge puddles, and I thought, ew, not great. Anyway, it is what it is, right? So I'm just going to line that up. So there we go. Now I want to color. This is now a mask, and we're going to be adding each mask, and each time we do, we're going to add more detail to this. So you want to sort of start out with your lightest color. So I'm using, let me show you, I'm using blues. So I'm going with these three colors. Going with Pool Party. Oops, this isn't in order. So this would be Pool Party, Boho, and Misty. Okay, so I'm going to start with Pool Party, and I'm using blending brushes. Okay, so here they are. Okay, and I'm going to load up my brush with that light color. And what I like to do is just kind of color off. So I'm just looking for a scrap. I am looking for a scrap. This is good. I'll just use this. Okay, because I want to, I don't want it to be too blotchy when I go onto my paper. Okay, so we're going to line that up again. And actually, you could just start up. You could start right here on the actual mask. What am I saying? Yeah, right? You can just do it there. That's the easiest way to do it. So see what I did there, you guys? I started off the opening, right? So I started here on the melamine or plastic, whatever it is, and I went over top, okay? And when you like what you've got, you can take it off, okay? This just washes off so easy. Just run it under the sink and it just comes off. It's just water-based ink. So the next darkest color is Boho Blue, and that's going to be number 2. Now, did you see what I did there? I actually didn't even tape this down. I just held it down, but you might want to tape it down. So I'll do that just to show you the technique in case you find that it moves. So if you don't want it to move, you're going to line up the notch and the line just like we did. Okay, that's what we put those guidelines in for. And then I'm just going to tape this down, okay, just to hold it in place. If you're really worried, you can do this. There we go. Okay. Now, again, I'm going to take my blending brush. I think this one looks good. I'm going to load it up. Sorry, load up our ink. How is the doggy? She's really sweet, Keisha, but she's, yeah, she's probably thinking, how did I end up with these 2 old farts? But anyway, it's all good. So this is, each stencil is going to add a little bit more definition, okay? So that's number 2. She's very sweet. She needs to learn a few little things, but by and large, she's really good. My friend Leanne, I call her the dog whisperer. She gave me a real good advice on a harness because she's a beagle. And I've never had that kind of dog before. I've had garbage hands. I've had my lab, and I had a golden retriever. And this is a very different breed. And when her nose gets a scent, her ears stop working, right? Like, it's like, and she's only 25 pounds, but boy, can she pull. And so Leanne says, oh, get this leash. So I did. And boy, that harness, Leanne, works like a charm. So thanks for that. Okay, so again, you guys, I'm just going to line this up. We're enjoying her. We're really enjoying her. She's very good. She came kind of crate trained. I used to use crates with my dogs up until they were about a year old, but left her own devices. She apparently likes pom-poms, and I didn't realize I had 2 hats that had pom-poms on them. So, yeah, they've been sacrificed in the name of the beagle, but that's okay. Just the pom-poms though. Okay, so there we go. Can you see that, you guys? So every time we add one of those masks, it adds more layers and more details. So you've got the lighter colors and you've got the thing, and then finally you've got that beautiful definition, which is really gorgeous, right? Okay, so next up, let's do the leaves. So for the leaves, you can use whatever color you want. So you could use Old Olive and Garden Green. Those are the colors that kind of coordinate with the Designer Series paper from this suite, but I wanted something lighter. So I've got Lemon Lime Twist and Granny Apple Green. So again, I'm starting with the lightest, and I'm going with number 4. So again, you just place this in here and it matches up this stamp. I don't know how they did this. I don't know. People at Stampin' Up! Are just brilliant, I guess. I don't even know. I wouldn't even have thought of this. But remember when we were kids and we had stencils? I think the ones that we used all the time were alphabets, right? For school projects, right? Remember we used to put them down and then color in. Yeah. I think my kids actually still use those. That's how old I am. But now the hats are pom-pomless. Well, you know what's really sad, Keisha? They're not completely pom-pomless. They have little strands. Anyway, I actually don't miss the pom-pom. But I guess she got confused between the pom-pom on my hat and her pull toy, right? So it's an honest mistake. So of course I didn't get mad at her. I just thought, oh, you got to be more careful, Alison. Okay, so isn't that pretty? Look at that color. Oh, love that. Okay, that, and then we're just going to. This is so fun and quite relaxing. So I'm so glad that Leanne gave me that card, because I thought, I said, what stamp set is this? And she tells me, and I went, oh, I think I bought that. So this is part of the online exclusives, you guys. If I didn't mention that already, it's brand new. You can, if you subscribe to my newsletter, and everyone is welcome to subscribe, even if you're a demonstrator, you can subscribe to my newsletter. And I sent out a printable PDF. Was it the day before yesterday, I think, with all the new online exclusives on it. So, okay, so now we're going to be adding kind of the detail to that. So that's a Granny Apple Green. Okay. Whoops, just going to move all of these out of the way. There we go. So now we're going to just give some detail to those leaves. So there we go. Oh, this is like magic. It's so fun. Okay, there we go. All right, what are you saying over there? Hi, Sarah. How are you, friend? Hope you're hanging. Of course, Sarah does not have to change her clocks because Sarah lives in Saskatchewan, and they are brilliant, and they do not do this nonsense of moving their clocks forward and backward and forward and backward. So she just sits and laughs and says, you people, right? One of your old dogs took a pom-pom off my mom's purse, and now the cat continued to love it. Aw, that's sweet. No, this was destroyed. There was no pom-pom left. it was just yarn. Okay, so here's our die. Look at that. Isn't that fantastic? It cuts that out. I'm just gonna lean over so I got that right. Right, there we go. And let's use our tape. I don't know, what am I going? I'm a little off here. There we are. Is that good? Yeah. I'm gonna tape that down. And then we're going to run that through the Stampin' Cut and Emboss. And I'm using my Mama, my big one. Okay. Love this. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at that. So if you haven't used masks before, why not? I think the last time I used them was on another flower one last year, I think. They are really fun. And once you get in the kind of the groove, I would just keep making them, like go over, like make a whole bunch of cards. right? And then you can always add a sentiment later, depending on if it's for birthday or whatever. Just get them all ready to go. Okay, so that is the basic parts of our card. You're all good there. Yeah, good. Good, Sarah. All right, so let's just set this aside for a sec. And then, oh, I'm a little off. Okay, then we're going to bring in another piece of the basic white. And this time I'm going to use those dies. So these are called, we went over it at the beginning, but what are they called? Something notes, right? I've moved all that stuff out of the way. So I'm just going to double check what the name of these dies are. Come on, where's the dies? Here they are. This is a reminder, they are the textured note dies. They're also an online exclusive, okay? So I'm using the largest one and the next largest one. So for my basic white, I'm going to do the second sized one. So I'm going to run that through. You are going to need the larger die cut machine. It won't fit through the mini because they're too wide. Now the smaller dies in this set will. You'll be able to do that in your mini. Okay, so look at the details on that. Is that cool? Okay, then we've got boho. And we're just going to cut that one out. Okay. Ooh. Oh, bang, it's going to go like bang. There you go. Don't worry if your dies go bang out of the machine. There's nothing wrong with your machine, and it's not broken. So you're all good. Okay, so then this one, we've got, put those aside. We've got this one, and you can see it's got a different edge on it, right? Now, I wanted to add a little bit of texture to this, so I grabbed another brand new product. This one's called the Plaster Painting 3D Embossing Folder. It's one of the nice large ones, so it's great. But here's the thing. Look at the detail on this. Like, I opened this up and I thought, ooh, wow. Like, it's wow. So you will lose sort of the definition of this, and that's okay. I just wanted it to be the right size. So I really just used that die just to get it so that it was the right size. But you could also just cut to rectangles, right? And use that instead if you don't have the dies. So this time I'm going to go to my Stampin' Cut and Emboss, and we're using that gray plate, which is, I believe, number 4. And that's going to give us the definition on here. Okay, fantastic. So let me show you that. Look at that. You would not believe how deep this is. Look at it. Isn't that gorgeous? So it just looks like spackle has been taken across, right? Okay, so let's put this a little bit together. So I'm going to grab my glue and hope that my glue has got enough glue in it. It should. Oh, there we go. Okay, you know me, guys. I love my white glue. So this is the boho on top of the Misty Moonlight. So we're just pulling those same colors that we used in the flower, the inks. Don't you love how our paper and our inks coordinate? I mention that because not all paper does that. So if you're on my newsletter list, you would have seen that the price of the paper cardstock is going up in the new catalog. These are just the prices the mills charge. And I think I was at a meeting yesterday, and Sarah Douglas, who is the CEO of Stampin' Up, she joined us, and we were talking about the cardstock. I had no idea. One of the mills that they get their cardstock from is in Italy. That just kind of blew me away. Anyway, our cardstock is dyed all the way through, right? So it makes it more expensive, and it's dyed to match our inks. So we're kind of a niche industry or a niche provider of cardstock. So we're different than maybe another store might be where it's just red, right? All right. So now we've got all of this, and then I want to pop my image up here, give it some depth. So let's grab our dimensionals. And we'll do that. Go. I don't know about you guys, but whenever the clocks change, it just throws me right off. And not just for one day. I'll still be off, off kilter for 2 or 3 days. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. You can't force yourself to go to bed early, but then the alarm goes off and it's really an hour early. And am I the only one? Don't they say that there's more traffic accidents on Monday after the time change and more heart attacks or something? I don't know, something awful. I'm going to kind of offset this. I don't want it just to be like this. I'm going to just do this. Just kind of give it a little. What do we think? Yeah? Okay. So kind of going off the paper just to draw your eye out a bit. All right. Let's get a sentiment here. Hi, Kathy. How are you this morning? How is life where you are? Getting ready the ocean class to mail out this afternoon. So you should be getting that in plenty of time for the class. All right, I'm going to emboss because that's what I do. I love to emboss. And so I've got that saying we talked about, you make a difference. Grab our embossing buddy. Let's get all that oil off the paper, right? And then let's stamp. And we're doing that because we will hopefully eliminate any stray embossing powder that might stick to that oil that we might have gotten on the card. So it sort of de-statics it. De-static? Unstatic? Makes it better? Oh, my nose itches. All right, let's put all that back in. That cold that I had 2 weeks ago, now my husband has it. He's not happy because he's very good at being sick, but he doesn't like being sick. Who does? But he still does everything instead of slowing down, right? He's not one of those man babies at all. He's the opposite. So I think sometimes you just need to stop and take care of yourself, right? So let's heat set this. It's snowing. You know what? If I didn't have to shovel the snow, I would prefer it to what we're facing right now, Kathy. We are in I don't even know how to describe the rain yesterday and today. It's like nonstop. It's like the heavens opened up and buckets of rain came down. It's just, I had an umbrella. I never use umbrellas, but because I had to walk Gracie, I thought, I better take an umbrella this time. And it didn't do much. It didn't help much. So I'm going to have to dig out my soccer umbrella from when I used to go to Ian's soccer games and do that. Okay. So I'm going to grab another one of those dies that comes from those note dies. And I could just do this, right? Because it's almost as big as that. But I always like to remind you guys that you can make things smaller. So I'm going to tape this down like so. I'm going to actually use a little bit more tape. Can you see that I've lined it up more to the end and I've got more space over here? Okay, so let me run that through and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do here. I've shown you this quite a few times, but I like to remind you that there's always a way to make your dies. If they're not the right size, you can make them smaller. It works really well with square dies, rectangular dies, just these long banner dies. So I'm going to show you what we're going to end up with here. So we take this out like so. Okay. We've got this die. Okay, so that's what we've got. But I don't like all this space at the end. Now you might like the space at the end because you might want to put an embellishment there. So that's okay. But I'm just going to show you how you can actually make this shorter. So my little die is a little bent here. So I'm going to move it along to where I want it. And then I can kind of feel where that's going to catch. So I'm cutting this bit off. Everybody with me so far? Everybody? Nobody's lost. I'm making sense. Okay, so we're going to put that back through. And I'm going to run just the end part through. Do you know what I mean? Like the bit. I'll show you what I mean. Because I'm now saying words that nobody knows what I'm saying. Okay. So I ran the rollers through until I got to about here. Okay. And then I'm going to peel this off. And then we've made a smaller label. Okay. And this bit here is the bit that was too long, and I'm just going to toss that. Okay. So it's really simple to do. Practice, practice. It's really simple. Okay. Hi, Patricia. How are you? Good morning. Okay, guys. So now we got a smaller one. Now, something I did not put on my original card, but I'm going to do it on this one, or I'm going to play with it and see if I like it. One of the items from this suite is this 1/4-inch ribbon. It's white. It's kind of an open weave kind of, but I thought, oh, it's soft. It's really soft. I thought that might be perfect for coloring. So I thought I would start with a color like, let's try Balmy. This is dark Balmy. I'm using the Stampin' Blends, and I just wanted to see if I like this. Just playing. I might just use the white, or I might use nothing, but I wanted to see. So that's Balmy. Not sure, because I want to kind of put it under here. Don't like that. Okay, let's try Boho. Let's try dark Boho. It's a bit brighter. Let's see. And then just right out there, maybe we'll use the green. This is Granny Apple. Kind of draw that green in, maybe. Don't know. I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing. Nope. Anyway, what we've done is we've experimented, and you can see that this ribbon, I'm going to just cut that off, is awesome to color, right? So that was the Balmy, that was the Boho, and that was the Granny Apple. So you can easily color this ribbon, but we're not going to do that. We're just going to use the regular ribbon. So I'm going to cut this at a little, like the tail, kind of at an angle there. And I'm going to take my little word here, and I think I'm going to just, the question is, how do we glue this on? Let's cut this off. And because I haven't practiced this, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do. So maybe I'll do, let's try this. Let's try some glue dots. You guys know me. These are the glue dots from Paper Pumpkin, or if you buy one of our kits. And I just love these because they're flat. So I'm just going to kind of put these on along here. Hope for the best. We'll see if it works. I don't know. I haven't played with this. This is an idea I had this morning. Sometimes you just don't add stuff at the last minute, right? I'm not liking the glue dots. Not sure that's the right way to go here. I just thought that the white glue would be really right? Well, they'll work. You just have to be patient. Or maybe the regular glue dots would be better because they kind of come off without the backing on them. There's no backing. You just kind of stick them on. Oh, well, we're just going to persevere here because we have all the time in the world, right? Well, we don't. We've lost an hour. An hour of our lives we'll never get back. Okay, there we go. All right. Kind of. Okay, now I'm going to try and line this up. Okay, I just wanted to add a little bit of interest. Okay, and then I can just trim that off like that. And let's trim this off. I'm looking at this ribbon and thinking of all the possibilities. It looks like it'd be a fantastic one. Let's play. Let's see. I think this would be well, I don't know. So you're playing with me as I go, okay? You take a piece and you cut off that selvage that's holding all of this together. You're going to end up with a nice little, I think we are. So I'm just going to see. If we cut that off and we start pulling these threads, what are we going to end up with? Well, you can get a fringe. Fringe is nice. Look at that fringe. Oh, I like that. Or you can just pull these and you're going to get these really cool threads. So either way, that's a good ribbon for that. Okay. Now let's bring in our, good morning, Barb. It's been so long since I've been able to do screen time. Oh, I'm so glad you were able to come back. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for joining me. And good news, you haven't missed much because my lives have been hit and miss. So everything, I'm not going to even say it. I'm going to jinx myself if I say everything's working, right? Because then as soon as I say that, something will go sideways. So I'm not going to say it. So I've got my dimensionals here, you guys. And actually, I didn't want to do that. I actually wanted to do something different, but that's okay. I wanted to actually not use dimensionals all the way across, but since I did, I'm going to have to make this a double one at the end. And the reason I have to do that is because this is already popped up. So I have to be able to clear that and make it so it doesn't fall down. Okay, so there we go. Okay. Now I grabbed, here's the embellishments that go with this. Sweet. It's this one here. They're called Starburst Sequins. But the colors are fabulous, but not for my project. So I grabbed those antique pearls and let's color them with our blends, right? So this one is boho, dark boho. I don't know how dark that'll be. Let's see. Because when these pearls these pearls have got a kind of a mother of pearl look to them. They're not, so the color, whether the color holds. So that's boho. I'm not sure if that's dark enough. Let's grab Misty Moonlight. Let's grab a dark Misty Moonlight. Oop. Other end, I guess. Maybe this one's, oh, sorry, we're not going to use dark Misty Moonlight. I guess it's done. There's the light Misty Moonlight. I think I just like this one here. This one's good. Okay. Oh, so that's boho. And then let's grab a green. This is that Granny Apple. Oh, that looks good. I bet your Old Olive would be really good too. So I'm going to big one and then a medium one and then an itty bitty one. So you can color your embellishments. You can color rhinestones too, you guys. If you didn't know, you can do that. I think you can see that. Good morning, Sonia. How are you? Nice to see you. So you can color all your little embellishments. And actually, I could color these ones. Okay. All right. Let's add those to our project. Get rid of all of this. So we have a surface here where we can see what we're doing. Here we go. Take a pick. I have found that instead of using the putty end, I use the pick end, and I can just stick it under there, and I will grab that. There we go. Whoop. Oh, I didn't pull the glue off, so go back and grab the glue. Then I can grab the pearl, stick it back on top. There we go. Okay, and then I think down here, I think I will use another green one because I've got the nice large green one, and that'll just tie in the green. Okay, so let's move all of this stuff so you can see what we're doing here. So there we go. Who else have I got? Got everybody? I think I've answered everyone's questions. Okay, so that's that mask with the stamps and the dies. So we've used the whole bundle. Okay, the Thankful Garden bundle. Now, these are part of the Lovely Garden Suite collection. Oof. So I've shown you some of the products, right? I've shown you the ribbon. Actually, the ribbon is fresh freesia. These are the embellishments that go with it. But I substituted that ribbon because the fresh freesia wouldn't have gone with it, right? Want to see the DSP? This is fantastic. This is the Lovely Garden DSP. 12 by 12s. Look at this. Isn't that pretty? Ooh, put these the other way. There you go. That's a nice neutral. I like that one. Nice neutral. And then we've got this guy. And these little flowers. That's pretty. That would be pretty because it's not a huge image, right? And then, of course, because it's Stampin' Up, we got the other side, which are quite neutral. This is nice, just like the black stripe or these sort of like graphy paper almost, right? This is nice. Nice neutral. If you wanted to do a black and white card, I think that would be really gorgeous. Okay, and I'm not sure. Has anybody tried? Do the dies cut out these flowers? I don't know. Anybody know? Let's see. Let's see. Do these work? I don't know. I'm just asking. Let's see. I don't know. Do they? Don't think so. Okay, they don't. But if you're a fussy cutter, those would not be hard to fussy cut out because you can really see, especially this one. You can really see where the edges are on that. So that doesn't work. And I don't think, yeah, I don't think these would either, right, you guys? No, that's okay. Can't have everything. Can't have everything. All right. So as promised, here is the card that we did today, but here's the card I based it on. My friend Leanne, Stamp Chatter with Leanne, and I told you to go over to her YouTube channel. She did this, you guys, with watercolor. And it's pretty amazing. So head over there and check her out. She's used the masks, but she's used them in a very unique way that I've never seen before. So go over and check her out. Okay. And then the card that I made yesterday as my sample didn't have that extra piece of ribbon. So it's just plain like that. And then this one, we added that little piece of ribbon. Not sure if it makes much of a difference, the ribbon actually. Gives it some texture, I guess, right? I like to show you guys cards that I receive. And I wanted to show you a few that I've received in the last little while from friends. Okay, so this one here uses the beautiful bouquet, whatever. It's the Sweet Collection. This is actually going to be my next class. So after Ocean Friends, April, oh gosh, I think it's the 15th. Yeah, April 15th. Ange and I are going to be using the beautiful butterfly card stamps, dies, and all sorts of things. Isn't that cute? This one's good. Does it open? Oh yeah. Oh wow. Okay. So this is like a bridge card. Look at this. Ooh. Oh my gosh. This is my friend Laura who did this. Whew. Wow. That's pretty spectacular. And then what else have I got? Oh, I love these. These are online exclusives. This is the mixed media florals suite. So check these ones out. Aren't they gorgeous? Look at the tulips. Doesn't that remind you of spring? Love it. There's that same die that we used today. That's that, plaster one. Oh, same on this. Sorry, plaster one on that too. Gives it such great texture, right? That is my free PDF this month. So when you make a purchase from me in the month of March, you will get a 12 project tutorial using those mixed media florals, these ones. And if you don't want to purchase from me because maybe you're a demonstrator or perhaps you have your own demonstrator, you can actually purchase this. It's $19.50 Canadian. So you can also purchase it if you don't make a purchase. Okay. So thanks for joining me. Let me bring this back and we'll say goodbye. There we are. There we are. Well, you guys, that worked. So it's been a great day because everything worked. So thanks, Barb. Yeah, it is a beautiful card and they're so easy to make, right? Thanks, Sarah. So for those of you who were on YouTube, thanks for joining me. I think Sonia and Leanne were over there, and I have Sarah and Lane and Kathy and Patricia over on, and Diane over on my Border Buddy Facebook group, and the rest of you, I think, join me right on my business page, Stamp Crazy with Alison Facebook page. All right, you guys. Thanks, Mo. Thanks, Keisha. Thanks, you guys. All right, so when will I see you again? Wednesday, right? Wednesday at 2 p.m. Pacific time. Yeah. Thanks, Sonia. Hugs to you too. All right, you guys. bye for now. I'm going to go over and end this stream on Facebook, and then I'll come back here and end it on my live stream. So let's see. Sometimes it doesn't want to end over there, so I'll just end it here. Okay, bye. Have a great day, you guys.